I hate to ask, but can you not swim?
Don't tell Yona, okay?
Hello, I am Kasasagi Usagi, and I am here with more NieR Replicant. I have done so much fishing and hunting and killing and slaughtering, so I believe all our side quests are done. We just have to go turn them in.
I've got all the stuff you asked for.
Your timing is, what's the word? Impeccable. They're gearing up to launch the trading vessel soon. As soon as the cargo's on the ship, I can get my business rolling. But if you want to help load it, I can throw in a little extra.
Sure, why not? Wow, this is a mess.
Yeah, they're loading cargo from all sorts of traders onto this ship. It's kind of like, you know, egalitarianism.
Right. Anyway, leave it to me. We'll get this stuff organized in no time.
If you carry the cargo to the front of the ship, the crew can bring it inside for us.
Carry it over there. Got it.
If I may...
Yeah? What is it?
What are we doing here?
We're organizing this guy's stuff.
Let me rephrase myself. This man is looking to open his own business, yes?
Exactly.
Then would it not be more appropriate for him to take care of his own belongings?
The guy's in a pinch, Vice. We're just helping him out.
I yearn for the day when someone shows such kindness to us.
Okay, all done.
You're fantastic. Now we just have to wait for the ship to leave. You mind if I pay you after the transaction's complete? I can give you more money that way, and then everything will be, you know, awesome.
Oh, we're about to get scammed.
That's not the word I was expecting you to say. But sure, I can wait.
Oh.
Thanks. Boy, the launch of this ship can't come soon enough. Ooh.
We're gonna get scammed. We're not gonna get anything out of this.
I found your ingredients.
Fantastic. Let's see how this tastes. Okay, here you are. Go ahead. Let me know what you think.
Here goes.
Well,
This is fantastic. I've never had anything like it.
splendid. In that case, we have a new special. Maybe I'll even name it after you.
Oh, hell
Oh,
yeah.
and here's some payment. Thanks again.
Finally, some recognition. How long will we be fishing this time? 2 weeks?
Here's your fish.
Well, swab the deck and call me Ishmael. I knew you could do it. Hand 'em over, whippersnapper.
I think these are worth more on the open market than the rainbow trout I caught earlier.
Worth ain't squat. It's what you learn from the catch that matters. Now stop all this fool talk about your wallet and get to practicing.
We're getting scammed left and right.
Hey, Pops. What does sprinting 20 kilometers have to do with fishing?
You won't be catching anything with them scrawny little stick limbs. We gotta get you buffed up.
Buffed up. Oh boy.
The next assignment is 5 black bass. Go and give it everything you got, apprentice.
We'll do that
I
tomorrow.
trust that you are not abusing our labors for the purpose of easy profit, old man.
Oh, and would a little compensation be a bad thing? I'm teaching invaluable techniques here, you floating magazine.
Lies. It is clear that money is your ultimate goal, and Grimoire Vice is not to be referred to as a mere periodical.
Well, that's something for me to do tomorrow. Tomorrow during my break. More fishing. Okay, so that's everybody here. I still have... Deliver the goods. Hopefully your client can build a successful trading business. I wonder if I just have to leave and come back. I think I'll do that before failing. It's important that I see myself get scammed as soon as possible. Well, it wouldn't be Hildebrand. Probably Grimoire Vice, because he seems like he's like a one-time thing. Carbuncle is made from my own Aether, and I can just summon him back. He doesn't need to be saved. Grimoire Vice, however. And Hildebrand, as we both know, Hildebrand, as we both know, is more than capable of saving himself. Yep. Time to get scammed.
Hey, how'd everything go?
Oh, it went, fine. It was fine.
Glad to hear it. Though, you don't look very happy.
Yeah, well, I didn't realize this until I got on the boat, but apparently I get seasick. Horribly, violently seasick. The smell in my cabin was just unspeakable. I had no idea one guy could create that much, you know.
Barf?
I really want to stay in the trading business, but I don't think that's going to be possible if I can't sail. Anyway, here's your payment. Thanks again.
I'm shocked we got money.
Thanks. And, good luck?
I never imagined my dreams would be dashed quite like this. What a bummer.
What a tremendous waste of our time.
Who knew the guy would get seasick? Maybe next time he can try finding work that doesn't involve the ocean.
Maybe next time he'll try sitting at home and doing nothing.
Yeah. They're very quaint. I'm shocked we got paid. I thought for sure that guy was gonna be long gone, or he was gonna give us some sad story that he couldn't pay us. Yeah, you're absolutely right about these children are creepy. The way they just stare at walls. Don't like it. I think the only... Oops, I always hit the wrong button. I think the only quests I have left now, well, aside from fishing, are the facade quests. And I was looking into... I didn't look up any spoilers, but I needed to know where the boyfriend was, because we looked everywhere. We spent so much time looking for the girl, and then the boyfriend. We apparently missed talking to one villager, and it's just... There's not even, like, a notification above his head. He's just somebody you happen to have to talk to. And he tells you that the boyfriend is outside the city gates. So he's not even in the town, which was freaking amazing. So thank you. Thank you, Japan. Thank you, Yoko Taro. So, I had already talked to the people a bunch of times, so it didn't even occur to me to talk to everyone again. So, I mean, that should have been obvious. RPG 101 bullshit, but I wasn't. I was just so frustrated at that point. But let's go find us a boy. Thank you, Yoko Taro. Yeah, pretty much. Scorpion. Yeah, let's go. I didn't have a scorpion yet on my kill sheet. So. He's just running around having a good time. She's vibing. Poison sure does last a long time. Do you? Is it not either of you? I wonder if it was because I was in combat, but it should be both these boys out here. I wonder if I do have to find that dude that knows what the boyfriend is. I can't just stumble across the boyfriend. Oh, God. Let's talk to every...
ってなんですぎゃキラタイト
outsider. I'm not wearing a mask, and that's embarrassing.
ヘルアトとアットってソドたち
I would like a little bit of a helium, thank you.
So, Tazarel Ryuka, Irato Saki, Za, Shinzenza.
Every year, there's at least one child that drowns on the quicksand.
ソドたちと
Over the children.
父いたぐらからそらなら元気
サタイと来て
No, I don't want that. My professor instructed me to study the flow of the quicksand.
Is any of this what you were looking for?
やりら
No,
Oh, well, I guess...
but I have every fruit I could possibly have in my pockets. Welcome. I can just go in here? Hold on. I'll get back to that in a second.
アルテルあっち北材でカシグッと流下ってアルテルは
People's lives here aren't great.
アルテルは
Any books?
デインでくアルテルはペルアトチ
The dialogue does seem different than when I last talked to everybody.
オケできたち伝ってとそろで
アルテルアッテイレそのうちイオン座を遂げれるとゆちく帰らんと外を割る
I wasn't gonna.
Maybe it's just me, but some of these rules are really stupid.
You can't just say stuff like that. It's against the rules.
ルガンドリーダーサタリってタッキ海進ゼルガント
You're treasury people, right? Yeah. Oof. That's good.
I'm covered in sand.
はいさらたらと
Holy shit.
ユリスエイ塗装
The missing girl? Sorry, I haven't seen her. Why not ask her boyfriend? He's standing watch at the town entrance. I don't know. Both those options are bad, Sprightly. Rules are important. Too many rules are, stifling. I guess a city with too many rules is better than a city with no rules. Exactly. Yes, who are you?
We're looking for your girlfriend. She's been missing for a few days now. You were the last one to see her before she vanished, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh no, he murdered her.
You're her boyfriend. Aren't you worried about her?
Well, yes, yes, of course I am. What business is it of yours, outsider?
Foul creature. We found bloodstains in the very area where the two of you were last seen. You can hide nothing from Grimoire Vice. Confess, O guilty one. Confess and unburden your soul.
Get him, Weiss.
Confess, lest others who are not as forgiving as I discover your terrible secret.
Confess. No, it was an accident. We were arguing over something stupid, and she pushed me, so I pushed her back. She must have slipped or something because she fell and hit her head on the wall. Oh gods, I didn't mean to hurt her. I loved her.
Accident or not, a person died. Trying to cover that up is a serious crime.
I knew I couldn't hide forever. I didn't know what to do, so I put the body in the sand spout. Well, just outside the city. That's all I can tell you. I'm so sorry.
We appreciate the honesty. We're gonna check on the sandspout well. You stay here.
I pushed her. She pushed me, I pushed her. And she died.
This must be the sandspout well.
This is hardly the most pleasant task you've ever signed us up for.
I don't see a body.
How peculiar. Do you think the young lad lied to us?
Why would he lie about the body and not the murdery bit?
That's fair.
Well, I guess we should go tell the family.
So there was no body to be found.
What's going on here?
She must have been... It appears to be...
Oh no.
Or perhaps the man was mistaken all along.
Oh, he's still here. Yeah. I guess I'll go tell her parents. Fuck if I remember where that was. Around, I suppose. Oh. Guess what? My daughter's back! What?
Listen, your daughter is... Wait, what?
色と添いますおさせききた
My apologies for bothering you.
But your boyfriend told us you were...
By the gods. You're alive. But how? What are you going on about? You're all acting like I died or something. You're acting terribly strange. But back there, the well.
だとて
Whatever.
I don't understand a single thing that's happening right now.
Could the man possibly have been deluding himself this entire time?
Our daughter is back with us, so all's well that ends well as far as I'm concerned. Here is a token of our gratitude for helping us with the search.
Mm, だとて
Well, that's suspicious. And I'm sure that's not really her. And everybody wears masks, so... I don't know if there's a good way to confirm it. I'm sure we will be back here to solve more of that mystery another time. Here. This woman with the vegetables though is killing me. I have a watermelon, I have a melon, I have gourds, I have berries, I have pumpkins, and none of this is what she's looking for, and I'm baffled. I'm baffled. What other striped fruit and vegetable is there? Hey. I wish it would let me land on the things that I want to land. Alright, back to the main story. I genuinely don't know. I can't even... What's a striped fruit and or vegetable? That's not a watermelon. I had gourd in my pocket though. She didn't want that either. Hold on, Scorpion. I'll get back to you. Oh, I can't because I'm in combat. The woman in front of the King of Festay's place needs you to run an errand. The rules state that she can't expressly state the name of the item. Oh, so you must search for 10 round striped food objects. Oh, you were right, Sprightly. I don't have 10 of those. Alright, I will gather up those. I'll grow those. I will grow those today. And I'll have them tomorrow. Oh, I'll just grow a bunch. Oh no, but the watermelons only grow one at a time. Oh, hell's bells. Alright. Oofa doofa. Back to the main story. That woman can deal with her watermelons. Or watermelon. It's gotta be watermelons then. I plead ignorance. Alright, now we're gonna finally talk to Popola. After forever.
What's up, Popola?
Oh, hi. I just got a strange letter in the mail.
Dearest Popola, I hope this letter finds you well. I'm writing in hopes of bringing to your attention a certain dream issue of concern regarding recent events in Dream the Village. I was hoping I might be able to get your advice on the matter. Recently, there have been dream reports, dream of a certain dream, evil dream, empty dream, curse, dream, evil dream, words, dream, and dream.
That is certainly one bizarre piece of writing.
Who's it from?
The mayor of a small village in the Forest of Myth. It's a wooded area up north.
The Forest of Myth?
They're usually a bright and cheerful group of people. Something like this is very out of character for them. I have a bad feeling about this.
I'll check it out.
You will? But...
Don't worry about it. I've got business there anyway.
I have seen
well,
Paprika.
Alright. Thank you.
It is certainly a movie. I don't know if it's my favorite Ghibli movie. But it was a movie. It wasn't a bad movie. it's so cloudy out. There's gonna be tons of little bastards everywhere. No, I missed. It really is. Oh my, Shindiru. I can't pick up any more of those. I'm so sorry, Piggy. I never meant for any of this to happen. May I please ride on you? Oh, hell no. Yeah, it is. Oh my god. Okay. Don't mind me.
Beware. Beware the words.
The words? What do you mean?
Contagious words. Those who dream.
Those who dream?
Hold a moment. There is a strange new sensation in my mind.
Vice's voice rose in a quizzical way.
It is not quizzical.
What's going on?
The villager's body shuddered as he slowly opened his eyes.
Perhaps we should start by asking this man.
Who are you?
We heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help.
The mayor stared at Kasasagi and Weiss.
If you can speak to me, I must have caught you in my dream.
In your dream?
The mayor explained. In the past weeks, a mysterious disease called the Death Dream had spread across the Forest of Myth. Those who caught it were cursed to fall asleep and live forever within the world of their own dreams. The village mayor had determined the Death Dream was spread from person to person by spoken words, but before he could learn more, the disease took him as well. Weiss stared at the mayor, his mouth twitching slightly.
Now see here,
He said.
are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream?
Well, yes.
Said the mayor.
I think you have.
In other words, we've caught the
Kasasagi.
Death Dream?
Before the mayor could confirm Kasasagi's suspicion, Weiss exploded with rage.
Ridiculous, preposterous, completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep.
That's just how the death dream works.
Though polite, the mayor was clearly trying to brush aside the book's remarks.
My remarks are not to be brushed aside, fool.
The mayor twisted his mouth into an embarrassed grimace, then quickly changed the subject to who Kasasagi had seen and what they had discussed since coming to the village.
Something there must have caused you to enter my dream.
Said the mayor.
A certain conversation, a specific word, something.
Kasasagi and Weiss racked their brains, but they could find no easy solutions. There were simply too many words to consider, too much random chatter, too many meaningless conversations.
Grimoire Weiss does not engage in meaningless conversations.
The mere suggestion that Weiss would choose his words carelessly seemed to sting his pride.
It does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gasbag of a narrator.
That's not very nice.
It has demolished it utterly.
Irritated, Weiss looked skyward as if searching for answers in the heavens.
I was doing no such thing. Just leave me alone already.
The anger created by his harsh words bled over to Kasasagi like a contagion. Wait, said Kasasagi suddenly. Did someone just say contagion? Yes, I believe so. What of it? Well, the villager told us to watch out for contagious words, right? The mayor leaned forward and with renewed interest, pushing a startled Weiss aside in the process. He must have said something, right? Said the mayor. Some specific combination of words. What was it? It was about dreaming, or something that dreams, or... Oh, what the hell was it? A sheep, cried Weiss suddenly, blurting out the first thing that popped into his head. The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes of thought, Kasasagi's face suddenly lit up. I remember, he said. Those who dream. That's what he said. I'm sure of it. At this, the mayor produced a thick sheaf of papers from his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding his approval at Kasasagi. That sounds right, he said. A stray sheet of paper flooded to the ground. My notes also mentioned something about that. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep. The mayor shook his head, his pencil stub tracing lines across a lone piece of paper. For the last month, I've done nothing but study the disease we call the Death Dream, he said. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect the people from whatever comes along, but I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams. The mayor paused, a grimace crossing his face. I should probably be taking notes or something. Weiss immediately fired back. I applaud the force of will it takes to research a disease in your dreams, he said, but perhaps we should bend your efforts to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it. The mayor's hand tightened around his pencil, snapping off the tip. I've tried to escape. From the very first moment I realized I was locked inside my own dream, I've been looking for a way out, but I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right? If there was an exit, I'd know about it. He paused for a moment, his unfocused eyes staring at nothing. My village was beautiful, he said to no one in particular, and it was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever hope to meet. But once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked out all the color of our lives. I just want us to be whole again. I want us to be free. And I won't stop trying until it happens. Thank you for the sippy. Kasasagi nodded in agreement. Huh? Wait a second. I didn't nod. Look, if we can be of any help, said Kasasagi, just ask. Now hold on. I did not just say that. Silence! Cried Weiss. The grimoire looked from Kasasagi to the mayor and back again, his face filling with confidence. Vice's face is always confident. Thank you very much. Now see here, Mayor. You told us that nothing can exist in the dream without you knowing of it. But you seemed surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? The mayor slowly raised his head, realization dawning on his face. Oh my god, he said. You're right. You're right. I had no idea you were coming. The human imagination is a limitless engine, said Vice, and dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine an exit, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out. Thank you, said the mayor. I don't know how I can repay you. Payment is not required. We are eager as you to be done with this place. The mayor suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He'd almost forgotten what it was like. Good luck, you two, he called to the departing forms of Kasasagi and Vice. We're all counting on you. As Kasasagi slowly faded from the misty forest, the mayor was struck by a sense of déjà vu. I saw this man once before, he thought. But where? Kasasagi's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he'd been confident that they could get in, find the exit, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more forest closed in around them. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction, and moss-covered rocks seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once he'd been forced to steady himself on the rough bark of a tree, and his hands now left small trails of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Vice was proving to be a spectacularly poor traveling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of his time urging Kasasagi to pick up the pace and grumbling about their slow progress. Finally, after Vice muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, Kasasagi snapped. Okay, Vice, cram it for a second, would you? You don't have to walk. Kasasagi leaned against a tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back. How can this stupid forest be so big? He muttered to himself. The moment the words tumbled from his mouth, a cacophony of insects sprang to life. Every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared out a volume that rattled his teeth. Kasasagi slapped his hands over his ears, screaming to be heard, Vice, what's going on? Kasasagi could see Vice's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting at a tornado. The insects screamed, the forest howled. And then, just as Kasagi's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, he removed his hands from his left ear and listened to the creatures of the woods. Sree, 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 sree. Shuk, shuk, shuk. Chick-chee, chick-chee, chick-chee. Woo-woo-wooma, woo-woo-wooma. I'm not going to say all these bug noises. That's just not going to happen. As the insect symphony dimmed another decibel, Kasasagi began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't random, he thought. It's not just white noise, it's something else. The insects weren't calling out. They were asking a question. 1 with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? By my pages! Is this a riddle? I guess so. I mean, it feels sort of forced. But maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. Then I leave it to you to answer. 1 with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? Oh, it's a secret. Inwardly furious that Vice had left the task to him, Kasasagi sighed and gave the only answer that made sense. It's a secret. It's a secret, right? The sound of the insects stopped as suddenly as it began. The forest underneath parted before Kasasagi like a rippling wave, opening a new path. The forest arthropods are making a road for us, said Weiss with glee. Pleased at passing the test, Kasasagi moved on with a new intensity. The path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on a path, their journey had a purpose. I guess the forest has accepted us, huh? Said Kasasagi after a bit. Weiss spun around to face his companion. Do not mistake the will of the forest for some happy pet you could suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads. As Weiss finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, Kasasagi picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. Good heavens, said Weiss. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. I know. I'm very sad that this is how things have become. When the rock suddenly stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, the ripples it left behind came together to form words. I entered through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? Sunlight? Absurdly easy, barked Weiss. Now answer it. Kasasagi grits his teeth and tried not to reach out to strangle his companions. He's right after all. This one is pretty easy. I enter through the window but break no glass. When night falls I vanish. What am I? Oh, well yes, there. Sunlight! A plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight flittered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the entire horizon. In all my years, said Vice softly, I have never seen such a sight. Perhaps I have misunderstood the intentions of this place. Hey look, cried Kasasagi, awakening Vice from his daze. There's a house or something over there. Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Vice saw a small cottage nestled among the trees. That's weird, isn't it, Vice? I mean, who would build a house all the way out here? Kasasagi walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open and a small man peered out. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large black cape, while his face was obscured by mist. Began Kasasagi. Before he could get any further, the cloaked man held up a hand and began speaking. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but end the night with 3. What am I? Kasasagi tried to ask the cloaked man who he was and what he was doing, but he simply repeated the question. If we wish to engage this man in conversation, said Vice, it seems we must answer his riddle. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I suppose so, said Kasasagi. Well, at least it's an easy one. Thank you for the sippies. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but at night I end with 3. What am I? A man. A man. The mist dissolved from the cloaked figure as he spoke a single word. Correct. With that, the man flung his garment aside, revealing his true identity. You're the mayor, cried Kasasagi. The small man slowly shook his head. I am not the mayor you know. Now listen to my words. Kono no dio da. Long ago, I saw a version of you that was not yourself. Sorry, what does that mean? It will make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate you on cracking the seal of the Death Dream. Now you must go to the person at the forest entrance. With that, the man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. As Kasasagi watched, the mist seeped up from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from existence. When Kasasagi and Vice returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaning against a tree. As soon as he caught sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over to them. Good gravy, he cried out. You made it! You actually made it back! His left hand grasped Kasasagi's and pumped it so fiercely it threatened to dislodge from the socket, while his right seized Vice by the cover and swung him through the air. God, by the heavens, stop shaking me, fool! We have not even told you if we were successful or not. The mayor smiled broadly and shook his head. I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Kasasagi withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. We broke the Death Dream seal, he said. At least I think we did. The mayor's face beamed as Kasasagi filled him in on the details. When the tale was done, the 3 of them lay down on the forest ground and fell asleep. Kasasagi cocked his head. Okay, hang on a second. This is crazy. Why would we just lay down and go to sleep? Cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, fool! Fighting against the rules of this place is futility is itself. Kasasagi and the mayor obediently reclined atop the grassy earth. Have you forgotten? Continued Vice. It is the words that control the Death Dream. Words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep we shall. And once we do, the story will continue. With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breath slowing. This is the first time, began the mayor. The first time I felt tired since I was imprisoned here. His words are cut off by a loud, long yawn, and he remembered nothing more. They might have slept for an hour or a year. When they awoke, things had a slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear that they had awakened from their dream. Kasasagi shook the mayor's shoulder gently. Good news, he said. I think we made it. Oh, wow, said the mayor in an odd voice. We did! I'm back! He blinked once, and then again, as if not quite believing the sight before him. You two have no idea how much this means. The Death Dream was spreading through our village, and I wanted to... Well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it, but I guess that wasn't the case. I must have caught the disease and become trapped in my own dream. The mayor started to stand, then collapsed back to the earth. He stared at his legs as if trying to remember how they worked. Then glanced at Kasasagi and shrugged. Without a word, the young man reached out and pulled the mayor to his feet. Real life may take some getting used to, said the mayor as a wry smile crossed his lips. You shall relearn in short order, I am sure, said Vice. For now, you should return to your home and rest. No, said the mayor, swaying on unsteady feet. No, I can't. Some of the villagers are still trapped in the death dream, and I have to save them. The mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree at the center of the village and bowed his head and prayed silently. This is a holy tree, he explained. When the prayer was finished, it's the guardian of our village history and memory. Superstition will only make our mission harder, muttered Vice. We should not put faith in the gods. The mayor shook his head. Not the gods, the words. Legend says that our tree is home to powerful magic, known as the sealed verse. Kasasagi and Vice could not contain their surprise. It seemed a goal had been found in a most unexpected of places. I say, muttered Vice. This is certainly a stroke of luck. As the three of them said their goodbyes, Kasasagi mentioned the strange man who had given them the third riddle and the mysterious words he had left with. I once saw a version of you that was not yourself, muttered the mayor. What in the world does that mean? Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment. You know, he said softly, this is going to sound odd, but I had a feeling I'd seen you before too. Kasasagi tried to keep a straight face and failed, but the mayor didn't seem to notice. Deja vu, right? Anyways, I figure it's just some kind of illusion created by the death stream. It probably doesn't mean anything. Kasasagi gave the mayor a nod and a smile, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. There's something wrong about the mayor and his words. And what exactly is going on here? That riddle would prove to be the most difficult one of all.
Oh, thank you so much. Now I can finally return to a normal life.
This is one of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered.
I know. That's why we have to help the other villagers, no matter what.
For a sealed verse, that didn't take much effort.
Yes, all a touch too easy if you ask me. It's almost as if someone was guiding us to this village.
Don't overthink advice.
Now I can finally return to a normal life.
This is one of the most...
I know.
This person must be dreaming too.
It would appear that way, yes.
Oh boy.
Can't say I'm very excited to go back there. That dream world sort of creeps me out.
Perhaps you should spend less time complaining and more time getting on with the mission.
Yeah.
Let me take a sip before I... None of these should be as long, I don't think. I breathe air scented with dust and resist the urge to laugh, for I know it will sound like the words of a madman. How long have I been in this fresh hell? My box, my prison, is tucked beneath a stairway in the long unused catacombs of some infinite castle. Outside I hear the sounds of a funeral dirge that plays without end. Light has no place here. Wind is a forgotten friend. I pray for death to come, but he forsakes me. Time passes, and eternity slips by in a single tick of the clock. Someone knocks on my prison! Anyone there? I hear an unfamiliar voice say. My savior? I claw at the door of my jail, embedding thick splinters under my ragged nails. I scream for help. I laugh. I sob. Surely this is a product of my ailed mind. Surely it cannot be true. Help me, I cry. For the love of all the gods, help me. Impossibly, I hear a sound of a lock being torn out and falling to the floor. As the door slowly creaks open, I have just enough time to see a silver-haired boy and a floating book before the light pours inside. My eyes, accustomed to blackness, explode with pain, and I am forced to turn away. Who are you? I ask, shaking hands covering my face. How have you come to this place? I am Grimoire Vice, and this is Kasasagi. Long have we been searching for you. Now come, stand. We shall awaken from this nightmare together. The one known as Kasasagi extends his hand and pulls me from the cell. Though my eyes are slow to adjust to freedom, my ears are keen as ever, and they recognize the staccato sounds of heavy rain. I never thought I'd hear that again, I whisper. Would that this were not such a terrible storm, said Grimoire Vice. Look at your feet. I force my eyes open and see water pooling around my ankles, lapping at my shins. There's so much of it. Yes, and more comes with each moment we delay. If we do not make good on our escape, we shall all drown in this castle. We know you are weak, but you are our only hope to survive this place. Time, that long-forgotten friend, made itself known again. I nodded my head and swore to save my rescuers, no matter the cost. The castle catacombs are a maze, twisting upon themselves like endless entrails of a giant. I squint down the dim corridors and proceed north. At the end of the corridor, I find a row of 20 gorgeous canopied beds resting atop a carpet of velvet. All are covered in a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. Searching for the door to the next room, I come upon a shapeless mass of gray matter. It has been shoved against the side of the wall, and despite my fever, I think I see the outlines of the door just beyond. When I reach out a finger and touch the piece of the mass, it turns to dust and drifts away in the wind. Realization slowly dawns, and I fall to my knees and weep. Corpses. I face a mountain of charred and crumbling corpses. I look from it to the beds and back again until horror dawns full upon me. Someone has piled these bodies into a tower and set them ablaze. Whether they were alive or dead, I do not know, and sanity will not permit me to consider the proposition further. I make a sound, whether scream or laughter I cannot be certain. Then my mind grants me merciful blackness, and I find myself opening the door and leaving the most terrible of rooms. I squint down the dim corridors. Oh fuck, I don't know. I squint down the dim corridors. Oh, that makes sense. At the end of the path, the waters rise to my waist, exhausting me both physically and spiritually. I pray that this is the way out. Eventually, I can stand the sight of the waters no longer, and so turn my eyes upward. Imagine my surprise when I see a series of paintings hanging on the faded plaster wall. Each depicts a person in the prime of life, clad in clothing of the highest quality. The styles, however, are strange to me, leading me to believe that these people had lived long, long ago. One subject wears an outfit that particularly catches my eyes. It is constructed of a thin, breezy cloth, and decorated with a motif of flowers and birds, while encircling the figure's waist is a leather belt of the most perfect construction. It is a stunning costume, even by modern standards. As I gaze at the portrait, I am struck by a desire to touch it with my own hands. Yet as I extend a single finger to the painting, I am gripped by a most unpleasant feeling. Staring closely at the image, I see it bend and warp into the shape of another finger. Something behind the picture is pointing at me. Is it another prisoner? A fellow inmate trapped for eternity in this place? I cannot let it pass, and so I seize the portrait with both hands and throw it into the water. The wall is hollow behind the painting, and inside I can make out a body. Whether or not this is a prisoner, there would be no rescue. The poor soul is long dead. Scraps of clothing lie on the floor around the bones. Only a small amount of the fabric has survived, but its features the same delicate designs that were depicted in the portrait. I have been admiring a row of corpses blocked from a view of portraits of each victim at their pinnacle. Enough! Shielding my eyes, I paddle forward through the water. I squint down the dim corridors. At the end of the path, a row of heavy wooden casks lie on their sides in a dark chamber. Doubtless they are filled with wine. My thirst roars to life, and I cannot remember the last time my parched throat had relief. I scramble to the first cask and pull frantically at the cork. The theft of a few cups means nothing, I tell myself. The cask will be ruined by the flood regardless. Finally, the cork surrenders to my attack, and thick red liquid bursts forth from the hole. There is no wine. It is blood, still warm from the body, whether animal or something else I cannot say. The foul liquid soon mixes with the rising floodwaters, creating a warmth that laps against my thighs. By all the gods, the rest of these casks filled with blood as well? I lack the courage to confirm my suspicion. Disgust quickly becomes fear as I turn to flee, but my weakened legs betray me, sending me toppling over the red ocean below. The smell of death is everywhere. It threatens to consume me. I must escape this hell. Crawling on all fours like an animal, holding back my screams lest any foulness enter my mouth, I lunge forward through the red waters and out of the room to freedom. I squint down the dim corridors. The water has risen to my chin and now laps greedily at my mouth and nose. You dumb bat! Shouts Kazasagi. He surely desires to say more, but the rest of his insult is cut short by the rising water. Grimoire Weiss is wet and tattered, floats on the water's surface. It is already too late for him. This wasn't how it was supposed to end. Oh. Okay. Oh, surely not.
Now I can finally...
Okay.
This is one of the most...
I know.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Okay. I thought I had to do it all over again, and I was super pissed. Okay. Enter the villager's dream.
Yep.
I'm gonna make... Do I have anything to write on? Okay, we don't... I can get through this fairly quickly. I just hit X a bunch, and it's... or A a bunch, and it's all good. Okay, so we proceed... The first thing we do is we proceed north. North. In a quarter. Corpses. Okay, but if I proceed south, then we go. So we have to go east. Go east. West will take us back, so then we must go north again. Okay, so we go north. South will take us back. I think we did west last time. So let's do east again. In the path, I find myself in a great hall with only the sounds of rain for comfort. The waterlogged red carpet squishes beneath my feet as I approach the center of the room. Once there, I behold a beautiful dining table upon which rests the china and silver of the finest construction, as well as the remains of a fantastic feast. As my eyes continue to adjust, I see many chairs surrounding the table, each holding a dinner guest. Noticing movement, I approach the chair at the table's head, but as the truth of the matter dawns on me, I recoil in horror. The host of the feast is a corpse, as are all the invited guests. An army of foul, wriggling insects have made their homes in their remains, and this is the movement I saw. This once splendid feast was now nothing more than a requiem for the damned. I take a moment to steady my shaking hands, and then slowly back away from the table. Desperate to lose sight of the abomination before me, my gaze lands on the chairs upon which the dead were seated. This is a mistake, for the chairs proved to be even more terrible than the feast itself. Each one covered in a layer of spikes that run from the seat up the back, down the arms. This explains the color of the carpet beneath my feet. I can only pray that the unfortunate diners were dead when the meal began. For if not, it is a simple task to envision the agonized screams that must have sprung forth from their mouths. My mind grasps frantically at the possibility that these souls had committed some terrible crime for which this was punishment. Though in truth I suspect that they had committed no crime at all. There would be no tomorrow for these unfortunates. This was their last supper. So we went... This was north. No, we went east, right? So we gotta go north. Against all hope, we make it to the front door. "Break it down!" someone cries, and so I give myself to the effort. In tandem with Kasasagi and Grimoire Weiss, I slam my body against the thick, sturdy door. On the third try, it gives way, and we find ourselves sprawled on the ground outside the castle. The storm is in retreat. The clouds above are still dark and foreboding, but to the west I can see the thin shimmer of sunlight trying to break through. "How can I thank you?" I cry as tears join the rain on my cheeks. I would surely have died in there. Looking down, I suddenly notice that my dress is in tatters and sheepishly try to cover my exposed skin. "Your dress?" says Weiss. "Then you are a woman, madam?" "I am." I proffer the two a smile. I suppose that comes as something of a surprise, seeing as how I exist only in the form of words. I can see that the one known as Kasasagi is disappointed that the torn dress will be given no further description, but he hides it well, and with a nod and a shrug, the three of us set forth to our awakening. But behind us an awakening of another kind is taking place. Black smoke fills the abandoned castle, providing the countless damned souls inside with their final shroud. After a moment, the castle's windows shatter with a mighty roar, A fresh breeze blows through the hallway and corridors, clearing the smoke away for good. As we watch in awe, unaccountable black shadows slowly flicker to life, crossing to and fro in front of the broken windows. The castle's dead have awakened to their new life as shades.
You have anything to say about that?
Hopefully there will be no labyrinth next time.
I hear that.
Thank you so much for saving me. I never want to have a dream like that again.
Yeah, no shit. Alright, let's go save, and then we'll go do that other one. I think this might be the last one. Yeah, this isn't a very big place. So it's not like I have to do all of it.
And another victim. This work certainly is trying.
I figured a book like you would be into all this word stuff, Vice.
Even I have my exceptions. Now let's be off.
A colony of massive sculptures was visible in the distance, their tall forms scraping against the sky. Vice and Kasasagi had never seen such a sight, and their eyes widened as they tried to take it in.
Those buildings must be huge if we can see them from this far away. What do you think, Vice?
As Vice considered his answer, the sun beat down upon them with renewed furiosity.
Perhaps they are some manner of mirage,
he said. Under this heat, a mirage or two would hardly be an unexpected sight. Kasasagi nodded and wiped the sweat off his brow, leaving a trail of sand in its place. He thought he'd never been so thirsty. The ancient road on which they walked was black and cracked with age. Here and there, thin wisps of grass pushed up through the rocky surface, as if defying those who had laid this material down over their home. The heat reflecting from the road made Kasasagi lightheaded. His feet hurting, he crouched down to rest. I don't know how much longer I can do this. Is someone playing a joke on us, or what? The complaining had already begun. Vice tried not to let his eyes roll too much. A joke, he said. No joke. This road leads to the city of art. Perhaps the path itself is simply some manner of grand artistic work. You don't sound very sure of yourself there. Perhaps not, but thinking of it in this way might make it easier for you to bear. Kasasagi glanced at Vice's grinning face, shook his head, and resumed walking. As time passed, Kasasagi's feet grew more painful, and his throat drier than he thought possible. He tried not to look further than the next step ahead, because the bright sunlight had made him hesitant to trust his own senses. We are definitely getting closer, said Vice in an effort to cheer his companion. Yes, this much is certain. Encouraged, Kasasagi lifted his gaze. Suddenly he stopped walking, choosing instead to stand in the middle of the road, with his mouth and eyes wide open and his finger pointing in the distance. Water, he cried. It's water! Water? Said Vice. Preposterous, I don't see any water. Over there, just ahead of us, look, the sun is reflecting off of it. Without waiting for a response, Kasasagi sprang to life and bounded toward the sight. What in the... There was no water. There was nothing but sand in every direction. Kasasagi closed his eyes and sighed as Vice floated up behind him and chuckled softly. I believe this is known as a mirage, he said. Many a desert traveler has spoken of such things. Kasasagi shook his head, bewildered. Suddenly he pointed off into the distance, his eyes wide once more. Wait, there it is! I just missed it! Look, it's right there! Kasasagi sprinted off again, leaving Vice with no choice but to follow. After a few minutes of running, Kasasagi came to a halt. I could have sworn it was right around here. Confused, he put his hands up to his eyes and rubbed at them vigorously. As soon as he stopped, he noticed a blue, shimmering pool of clear water just over the next rise. With a shout, he bounded off in search for it. The chase continued for nearly an hour, until an exasperated Vice finally floated up to Kasagi and struck him in the face with his cover. Enough, you blithering idiot! Stop this at once! There is no water here! Kasasagi's face clouded. There isn't? There is not! And perhaps next time you will listen to me when I tell you as much. Vice paused for a moment, then continued speaking in a slightly kinder tone. However, I suppose this mad chase was not altogether wasted. It seems we have arrived at the City of Art. Kasasagi looked up. Stretched out before him was a row of impossibly tall sculptures. Their journey was at an end. "They're huge!" cried Kasasagi, completely forgetting the heat and pain of the past few hours. "I've never seen anything so big." Each sculpture was formed from roughly the same shape, a tall rectangle that stretched up towards the sky, but that is where the similarities ended. Most were covered with planes of glass that reflected light in 1,000 directions, while others seemed to be nothing but frames of steel. Some had tall spires on their tops, while others possessed triangular caps. "What kind of city is this?" said Kasasagi. "Where are the people? Where are the houses? Perhaps this land is intended exclusively for artistic use." The debate continued as they made their way through the city. Miracles of artistry were everywhere. Great iron crates and wheels that sat silent on steel rails, beautifully carved works with lights of red, amber, and green dangled over every street. As they moved away from the massive sculptures, they found a great array of smaller ones. Some were covered in glass or brick, but many were composed of materials that they had never before encountered. The sheer variety of colors and styles was staggering. Unable to find a theme or purpose to the abstract works around them, Kasasagi and Vice eventually fell silent. On the outskirts of the city, they discovered 3 sculptures in the shape of humans. Kasasagi uttered a sigh of relief as he approached them. "Finally, I was getting tired of modern art." The 3 statues were indistinguishable except a single word chiseled into their right arms. One read Alpha, one read Beta, and the final one read Gamma. As Kasasagi moved to touch the nearest statue, a bird flew over the top of one of the sculptures. Alighting on the statue's shoulder, it emitted a brief, beautiful song that took the form of words. "Only one form is real, the others are false. The real form will always speak the truth. The false ones will only speak lies." Ah, shit. I'm so bad at these riddles. With that, the bird departed. As if on cue, the 3 statues shuddered to life, acquiring color and form as they began to breathe. "Hey, look at that," said Kasasagi. "They're alive." The triplets bowed low before Kasasagi. "Please," said Alpha, "you have to get me out of this nightmare. I am real." "Stop lying," said Beta. He turned to Kasasagi and threw his hands in the air. "Alpha's a fake, you know. I'm the real one." "What a load of crap," said Gamma. "Beta is fake. Everyone knows I'm the only real one around here." I'm gonna scream. "Stop lying," said Beta. He turned to Kasasagi. "Alpha's a fake, you know. I'm the real one." If he is a liar, though, then stop telling the truth. Alpha's the real one. I'm the fake. That's usually how this goes. Which would make Alpha the truth. Although, this one... if Gamma's a liar, then Beta is real. Oh, shit. I'm gonna keep going. Their respective pleas given, the 3 statues returned to their frozen state as silence once again enveloped the city. Okay. 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 "When you consider all the statements, only one of them could be the real thing," said Weiss. Kasasagi furrowed his eyebrows and considered his answer. "Only one form is real, the others are false. The real form will always speak the truth, the false one always speaks lies." Okay, so taking what I remember, Alpha only claimed that he was real. I am real. Beta claimed specifically that Alpha was fake. He is real. Gamma claimed Beta was fake. And he was real. I'm thinking really hard, I swear to God. If Gamma's real, then his claim that Beta is fake makes Beta real, which means that he can't... Anyone who's claiming they're real can't also be accusing somebody else. Well, I mean, they can. So long as they're not proving somebody else's statement correct. So if Gamma was real... Oh wait, no. Beta's fake. Right, yeah, because that means that whatever Beta's saying is a lie, which makes Alpha real. So Gamma can't be real. But Beta can be. Because that would make both their statements claim that I'm fake. Right. It's gotta be Beta. Because that would make Gamma's statement true. But if Beta was real... Right. Because if Alpha was real, it would make Beta's statement, it would make both of theirs unable to be proven. It's gonna be Beta. The real one is Beta. Though Kasasagi's voice betrayed a notable lack of confidence, he was relieved to see Vice nodding at him. If Alpha were telling the truth, began Vice in the dry tones of a lecturer, Beta and Gamma would be fakes. But in this case, Gamma's claim that Beta is fake would be the truth, even though Gamma is a liar. Therefore, the theory crumbles. Now let us presume that Gamma spoke the truth. That makes Alpha and Beta liars. In this situation, however, Beta is calling Alpha a liar, which would leave us with two statues telling us the truth. Finally, let us assume that Beta is telling the truth. If so, Alpha and Gamma's lies would make sense. Therefore, Beta must be real. As Vice finished his explanation, Alpha and Gamma crumbled soundlessly into dust while Beta sprang to life once more. Congratulations, villager, said Vice in a cheerful voice. The time to awaken has arrived. Thank you for saving me, cried the villager. He dropped to his knees and bowed his head as low as it could go before an uncomfortable Kasasagi pulled him to his feet. Why did you have a dream like this? Asked Vice. Have you been into this city before? The villager slowly looked around at the bizarre objects and sculptures that dotted the landscape and then shook his head. I don't think so. I mean, it's impossible, right? There's no way I could have ever been to a place like this. But at the same time, I feel like I've seen it before. Deja vu, muttered Kasagi, just like the mayor. Deja vu? The vague sense of unease that struck Kasasagi during the mayor's dream spread once more through his mind.
That was rough.
I am positive I have seen that place before.
Okay, that's enough. Don't need you getting all weird on me too. Okay, there. Now all the villagers can wake up, right?
Yes, if the mayor's assumption was correct. I think I have had enough wordplay to last a lifetime. Thank you very much.
You're telling me. Anyway, let's go see the mayor.
I fucking did it. I'm so smart.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you so much. Here, I have something for you.
Ooh, faith.
Wow, this looks valuable. I can really have it?
Of course. It's apparently a weapon of some renown, but we have little use for it.
Well, we appreciate it.
Thank you again for everything.
Oh.
I simply cannot bear another of these infernal conversations. Let us save it for another time.
Ah, shit! Vice was right. Hello again. You know, I've been trying to figure out a way to thank you for saving me, and I think I've got it. We're going to put up a statue of you. It will be 10 feet high and made of pure gold. Oh, and I know you don't own a horse, but I think we'll put you on one anyway. Horses just make people look more heroic, you know? How's that? You don't want a statue? Oh, I thought you'd really enjoy it. Regardless, thanks to your tireless efforts, our village is at peace once more. And at peace. That's a little agricultural joke right there. Anyway, I've been thinking about things besides bad jokes and statues. I've also decided that we want to start holding the village festival again. We used to have it every year, but the last mayor thought it was old-fashioned or something and he killed it. But since I'm the mayor, I can start it up again. That's not abusing my power or anything, is it? What's that? You want to hear about the festival? Well, the official name is the Feast of 3 Days. We call it that because everyone sits around a huge table and eats for 3 days straight. No sleeping allowed. Oh, and we hold it on the foggiest days of the year, so it's hard to tell what you're eating. Some of the dishes are delicious, but some are really rare, and well, there's some weird stuff in them. Let's leave it at that. Anyway, you'd be pretty surprised what you can eat when you haven't slept for a couple of days. I'll make sure that a room is prepared for you so you can be a guest of honor. What? You can't come? You have to wash your hair? Oh, alright. Well, I guess that's understandable, what with the adventuring and all. Truthfully, I think this town needs more group bonding activities like that. It'll help us get to know each other, and also promote, unity in times of crisis and so forth. Vice coughed loudly. How much longer must we bear this insufferable flapping of this fool's gums? He whispered to Kasasagi. Just let him talk. He just woke up. He probably has a lot more he wants to say. Vice sighed. This must be what Popola meant by bright and talkative. Alright, let's not do that again. Let's simply leave. Whew. I don't think I have a choice. I'm sure I will have to return here.
So how was the village?
Oh, it was truly magnificent. There are no words. Really.
Huh. Neat.
Let's get back to Popola. She'll probably want to know what's going on in there.
Can I thread the needle? Oh. It's true. Speaking of. I actually want to swap that out.
The death dream certainly is a strange illness.
Yeah, it was something all right.
Even I, with my natural love for words, have no desire to visit that place ever again.
You guys did well. You've been making a lot of long trips lately. Are you sure you're not pushing yourself too hard?
I'm okay. I can't just sit around all day while Yona's sick, after all.
If you say so.
So, anything I can do for you?
Well, I suppose there is one thing I could use a hand with. Have you heard about our plans to repair the canal? The work probably won't happen for a while, but once it's done, we can use the canal for trade and travel and all kinds of useful things. Unfortunately, however, we're a bit behind schedule at the moment. If you're willing to help out, I'd really appreciate it.
No problem. What do you need?
Great. So, the man I originally asked to help on this project hasn't shown up for work in a few days. I'm starting to get a little worried, so maybe you can head over to Seafront and check up on him? I'll mark the location of his house on your map. He always carries a red bag over his shoulder, so he should be easy enough to find.
Got it.
All the way back to Seafront. No problem.
A canal, is it? Fascinating. If we had a ferry, we could put these days of endlessly running about behind us.
Don't you just float everywhere anyway?
Do you think I am borne aloft by the winds, lad? It takes stamina to maintain this height.
Oh, really?
You could at least try to hide the utter dismay, you know.
I'm gonna need you to calm down, sir. What does Faith look like? What is Faith like, actually? Well, it's very light, and the damage isn't that much less. Oh, it's just like a regular-ass samurai sword. Hold on, where are those deer? It ain't too bad. And it's light, which is good. Light for just slightly less damage. I can try and upgrade it. Ugh. I can see about upgrading it during break tomorrow. Oh, if I'm gonna wear it though, actually. I had to make sure it was the kind of killing. Well, how it was good for killing. You understand. Doing okay, man?
Hey, are you the guy who's supposed to help repair the canal? Popola sent me to...
Oh god, it's over. My life is over.
Surely you must realize nothing good can come of being involved with this particular endeavor.
Easy, Vice. Hey, so, are you alright? What happened?
It's my wife. She left home a week ago and hasn't come back.
This man's voice is killing me.
I'm so worried I can't even focus on my work. Oh, my sweet dumpling, where are you?
Where are you?
Oh, that's terrible. Would you like us to help you look for her?
I'm gonna... Either this man is lying, or his wife is dead. Those are the only two options, actually.
Really? You do that for me?
Sure. But do you have any idea where we should start?
Well, she always used to enjoy drinking at the tavern with her friends.
Alright, then I guess we'll start with them.
Thank you. This means the world to me. Oh, and by the way, my wife always carries a red bag, just like mine. If you mention that, it might ring some bells.
I've met some odd couples in my day, but none who felt the need to wander about flaunting matching luggage.
You need to get with the times. Coordinated outfits are all the rage. Plus, these bags are special. We bought them for our anniversary. But now my sweet dumpling is gone.
Anniversary.
And it's all my fault. Oh, God.
How is it all your fault?
Okay, just stay calm. We'll go look for her, alright? You sit tight.
I'm willing to bet that man knows more about his wife absconding than he's letting on.
Yeah, that's right, Vice.
Hey there, I'm, looking for a woman carrying a red bag.
Are you now? Interesting. Did something happen to her?
She hasn't been home and her husband's worried. Do you know anything about where she might be?
Trouble in paradise, is it? Oh, those two never change. Anyway, the short answer is no. She hasn't been around here either. Though, come to think of it, she always got on well with the woman over at the tackle shop. Maybe you should try her?
I'll do that. Thanks.
Hey, what's the rush? You've got a cute face. Why not sit here and join me for a round?
I don't know how old this little boy is supposed to be, but he's too young for her. That much I do know.
Sorry, ma'am, but I'm not old enough to drink. Hey there, do you know a woman with a red bag by any chance?
A red bag? Oh, sure. Although now that I think about it, I haven't seen her in a while. Last time she came around, she mentioned something about leaving town, but I figured it was just idle talk.
Leaving town, huh? Alright, thanks for your time.
I'll tell you where her... I know where she
truly
is.
left this charming hamlet, finding her may prove most difficult indeed.
I just hope she hasn't been attacked by shades or anything.
She's out here in the ocean, where her body got dropped. Guaranteed. That's just how it be in this game. What am I doing now? Southern Plains. Fish her up. There's body in there. Human meat sells for... Oh, it sells for so much. Jesus.
Something about that shade seems rather odd.
Oh, that was grisly, and I loved it. Oof.
Hey, look at this.
It is identical to the red satchel carried by the man who sent us on this mad quest. Perhaps it belongs to his spouse.
Oh no. Do you think the Shades got her?
I fear it likely, lad. I sense no other activity in the immediate vicinity.
Oh, this is terrible. What are we supposed to say?
She's
However
dead.
difficult it may be, we've no choice but to tell the man the truth.
Well, she wasn't in the ocean, but she was dead. So, that's like, still kind of right.
Hey, did you find my sweet dumpling?
In a matter of speaking.
We didn't, but we got this off a Shade.
Oh no, this is hers.
So our fears were correct.
Oh God, how could this happen to her? This is all my fault.
If I may, my good man, why did your wife leave home in the first place?
It's because I...
Go on.
I think we should give him some time to himself, Vice.
I want to know.
Honey, I'm home. Good heavens, you're a wreck. What's wrong?
What the hell?
Dumpling, you're not dead.
What in the world are you talking about? Oh, you found my bag. Thank you so much. I can't believe I went and dropped it like that.
Oh, this is such a relief.
Yeah, this is exactly like the missing girl.
Okay, seriously. What's going on? I see. So, you found a Shade with my bag and assumed I'd been attacked and killed?
I'm just glad you're safe, Dumpling, but I'm also so sorry. This is all my fault. Oh, if I didn't eat that apple you were saving.
Holy shit.
Oh, God, I'm such an idiot.
Fucking hell.
Listen, I promise I'll never eat anything of yours again. You just promise never to run away from home again, okay?
Run away? Have you lost your mind? I just went to visit my parents.
Huh?
I told you about this. Going to see my family, gone for a week. Remember? Ugh, are you serious right now? Why don't you ever listen to me?
Lad, my brilliant intuition suggests we should beat a hasty retreat from these two with all speed.
I'm nosy as hell.
I can't believe you didn't listen to me, and you ate my apple. Ugh, you are the absolute worst.
What? Oh, like you're some perfect angel. You didn't even care enough about our anniversary to hang on to your bag.
Holy shit.
You, kid, I'm right about this, yeah? If anyone's wrong here, it's my wife, right?
Wait, you're asking me?
Who's in the wrong? I have no idea. I think they're both stupid as hell. think so. Because she was like, hey, I want to go visit my parents. I'll be gone for a week. And then she dropped her bag. And man, I've lost shit before. It happens. But he was like, he has not shown up to work. He didn't pay any attention to what she's saying. Ate her apple. And I know it's like really silly, like, oh, it's just an apple. But food's kind of like, seems to be, especially fruit and shit, seems to be a bit more on the rarer side. So that is kind of, that's more of a dick move than it, like, it's coming across. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's him. I don't think she was lying. Granted, I don't know what the fuck is happening.
Well, you shouldn't have eaten your wife's apple. That's not very nice.
But I was hungry, and it was just sitting there.
I hate this dude, actually.
Look, I'm glad you went looking for my wife and all, but that was low, friend. Low.
Uh-oh. Did I cross a line there?
Besides, it's pretty rich to come after me for an apple when you threw away my entire stamp collection.
Ha! You're damn right I did. And I'd do it again. You are nothing but a hoarding slob.
Well...
You there. My husband's in the wrong here, isn't he?
Well...
Pardon, but madam,
The collection-tossing wife.
Well, to discard a man's precious hobby is a rather heinous act.
Oh, yeah, of course you to take his side. Figures. You'd fit right in with his pile of collectible trash.
Oh, got him.
Collectible trash? Now see here.
She fucking got him.
Do you not even understand how frustrating this is, you colossal oaf? This is exactly what I hate about you.
I have been standing here for an hour listening to them fight. This is giving me real life anxiety.
Fine, hate me. I'll still sleep like a baby knowing I'm not an unreasonable hag like you.
Vice, what do I do?
Nothing you can do, my man. We stoked this flame and now we watch it burn.
You turn on your heel and walk away as fast as your legs can carry you, my good lad.
Run, Simba. Run away and never return.
That's it. I have had enough. Instead of belittling me, why don't you get a proper job? Everyone in the neighborhood treats me like dirt, and it's all because of my unemployed slob of a husband.
Actually, I have a job now.
Wait, you what? You're kidding. Why didn't you tell me? That's great.
Well, I sort of wanted it to be a surprise.
Oh, you big silly Billy. Well, this calls for a celebration. Come on, I'm going to bake you a nice apple pie.
I have no idea what just transpired, but it has utterly exhausted me.
Well, looks like they made up, so all's well that ends well?
In the course of all that madness, I have forgotten why we even came here in the first place.
Oh, heck, the canal! We need to ask him about the canal!
I mean, you're right.
I need to whip up a treat to celebrate my husband finally finding work.
I can't thank you enough for all your help.
Sure, but listen, we need to talk to you about the canal.
Oh, right! That's why you came here in the first place, huh? Well, now that my love life is rolling in clover again, I'd be more than happy to get going on the canal work.
I'm gonna yarts.
Heavens, that was exhausting.
Tell me about it. Anyway, let's go give Popola an update.
Don't call your love life rolling in the clover. That's disgusting.
The couple with the red bags were a strange pair indeed. It boggles the mind to think their relationship can persist despite such intense squabbling.
Well, they looked pretty happy in the end, at least. Maybe the secret to living a happy life is sharing your feelings, even when they're sort of mean and weird.
If you adopt such a strategy, I may leave for groceries one day and never return.
Oh no, Weiss! Weiss, no. I don't want my book to abandon me. When will my inventory become strong? I hope nothing bad ever happens to Book Dad.
Goodness, it sounds like the canal repairman had quite the problem on his hands. I'm glad everything turned out all right.
A self-inflicted problem, but a problem all the same.
Thank you so much for your help.
Don't mention it. I'm looking forward to seeing how the canal turns out. If you need anything else from us, just say the word.
Thanks, guys. Hey, wait!
Huh?
I almost forgot. Yona is looking for you.
Huh?
She said she needed something from you. Time to go play Big Brother for a bit, huh?
I guess so. Thanks, Popola.
Talking to her is probably one of the last things we're going to be able to do.
Yay, you're back.
Popola said you needed something?
Yeah, a favor, actually.
What is it?
Um,
I can't help if you don't tell me, sis.
Okay, I'm gonna say it. Ready?
I'm ready, Yona.
I need you to help my friend.
Your friend?
Yep, I have a friend, and we've been writing each other letters.
Seriously?
A pen pal. How delightful.
So who is this friend?
Well, he's kinda...
He? It's a guy?
Yes, and he's sick and in a whole lot of trouble. And I know that you and Vicey are the only ones who can help him.
Vicey?
Tell me about this guy.
He lives in this really big house down south, and he's super nice, and he's my friend. So you have to help him. Please?
Yona, listen.
Please?
Great. Now what do I do?
Help her friend, you big dumbass.
Fine. I'll see what I can do.
Yay! Thank you!
You keep her locked up in this house all the time. She has a pen pal. They probably have never even met. Fuck. She's not gonna get pregante, so you can relax.
Great. Yona's got a boyfriend.
It's a boy that is her friend. I'm gonna strangle the player character.
Is something amiss, lad? Your voice is trembling.
No, it isn't. Shut up.
This is why I do not. It's weird. It's weird when it's a brother. It's better when it's... This is why Daddy NieR is the better option. This stuff always comes across as, oh, my crops died. That's because I didn't log on at all. That's my bad. Alright, we'll deal with Yona's friend tomorrow. There doesn't actually seem to be any side quests or anything. I'm gonna run to the market really fast with the last few minutes, but I don't think there's anything much left for me to do. Just to see if Devila has anything for me. I don't think so. I think we've pretty much wrapped it up. I want to do some fishing tomorrow. Get me some watermelons or whatever the fuck. And then... Oops. I think we'll be good. Yeah, she's got nothing.
What have we got today? Doesn't look like I have any work for you.
Yeah, so we almost wrapped up our side quest, and I actually think we are halfway done with them all. Yeah, 46 completion. So if I finish those two, I think that'll probably put me at 50. Which is very good.
In our village now.
Good gracious. Anyway. That's why I prefer Daddy NieR. Gestalt over this version, but it's fine. Life goes on. I will survive. Thank you so much for being here. I will be back with more NieR tomorrow at Pragante. Our little sister has a boyfriend. Pragante. Pagagante. It's terrible. I will be back tomorrow with more NieR at 6 p.m. EST, but I will be back sooner with more Trials and whatever what's the new Phoenix, right? Trials and Tribulations? Something like that. At 2 p.m. EST. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you all have a lovely evening, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye!